Yo, we are live here on Saints Now by Chat Sports. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. Welcome into today's program. We are going to be discussing a lot of news and rumors. Here on Saints Now, be sure to hit the thumbs up icon. And if you haven't already, hit the sub button today. I'm going to bring on my guy, Producer Lopez, and I need you to get in the comment section. If you want a shout out, type Stay Golden, Who Dat Nation. We are so pumped up to be live once again here on Wednesdays. 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time, Dallas, Texas. Lopez, what is going on, my friend? If you could start giving shout-outs to the squad, I'm going to get this link out on the internet. That way we can make sure everyone knows to come and hang out with us today.
We got Brett Peltier already saying, "Stay golden, pony boy."
Shout out,
I want to say he pulled that up last time, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Queen Courtney's in the chat saying, "What's up, Trace?" And stay golden, of course. U.S. Champ, what up, Trizzy? What up, Lopez? Honestly, I'm glad to be back. I'm happy to be here.
It's been
a while.
It's one of those things. It's like we get Lopez, and then he's busy with other stuff, and then we get him back, and then he's busy. But I feel like he's here to stay for a little bit, at least a little bit.
NBA season's over. I can transition back into football, so hoping I'm here for a little bit. We got Isaiah in the chat saying, "What's up?" Come on, how many viewers we got? Oh, we're only at 27 right now. But you know what? It's gonna build. People are coming. They're on the way. You know what they say, if you build it, they will come.
Oh, yeah. Spam the Stay Goldens.
Built it.
Spam the Stay Goldens in the chat right now.
We have built it. We are just waiting for people.
Randy Lemoyne! What's going on, Randy? Good to see you, my friend. Isaiah Tobar, what's happening, brother? We got U.S. Champ. We got Queen Courtney. Get the Queen Courtney emojis in the chat. Queen Courtney saying OKC in 6. Who do you think's going to win the finals? OKC or Indiana?
Give me OKC. I want Indiana.
I want Indiana, but I think I don't want OKC to win for what it's worth. But feels like SGA is just unstoppable right now. That team just feels like it's so hot.
Yeah, this is team. I don't want to say team of destiny because it's been something that's been building for a while.
They have been building this.
They've done it the right way, as some people would say.
Yes.
They haven't bought a team. They've let it happen naturally.
Absolutely. So get to Stay Golden in the comments section. We got Glenn, we got Jathan, we got Jose, Isaiah, Randy, the legend, Lemoyne, all rocking and rolling with us. My next question I want to ask, how would you scale, Madden style, the roster for New Orleans? 1 to 99. 1 meaning they're terrible, dog shit, not a good team. 99, it's a perfect roster. At least dang near close to it. I want to hear from you. Where do you guys put the Saints roster? I'm going to put him at like a 79. I feel like a 79 to an 81 I feel like is fair. It's a little tough because there's a lot of players that the jury's still out on, i.e. Trevor Penning, Isaiah Foskey. Maybe make an argument for Alontae Taylor. I think he's already proven himself to be a good player, but, still have things to prove. Kendre Miller to name another. Trevor Penning, I think I said him already. But there's also a lot of rookies on here, like Jonas Sanker, Danny Stutzman, Tyler Shuck, Devin Neal, Kelvin Banks. A lot of players to either get excited about or potentially be like, I don't know. 53% of the people in the live chat have voted for 79 to 89. I think it's fair. 79, 80, 81 is kind of where I'm going to put the New Orleans Saints. Isaiah saying 80. U.S. Champ saying 87. Queen Courtney, 80-ish. That's me as well. Lopez saying 69 backwards, so 96. There you go. 81-ish. Yeah. I think we improved our roster since last year. I agree. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, LMM. U.S. Champ, 87 is dream. 81 to 82 is probably true. Roy saying 80. I'm kind of in that same. I'm in that same realm as well. I'm not going to be like overly optimistic and be like, oh my God, this roster super underrated. It's an 88, 89. Like, this team is really good. No. They're a good roster. A lot to prove. A lot still to potentially develop. But also, I think that this is a team that people are sleeping on for what it's worth. So I'm going to say 80, 81, 82. I like that little sweet spot. It feels like it's pretty much where the whole gang is as well. Alrighty. We're going to get into showtime here in just 1 second. We got 36 people rocking and rolling with us. Can we get to 20 likes? I want to get to 20 likes ASAP. I need 5 of you to hit the thumbs up icon and like this video. We're at 15 likes. I need to get to 20, my friends. Come on. Don't let your boy down. Don't be lame. Don't be a bum. come and hang out, hit the thumbs up icon, and you can join the Golden Gang.
Really need y'all to like this video because we got some good segments on the docket.
Lopez, can you tell them what we're doing today? I'm a little too excited to tell them, and I'm afraid I'll spill some secrets. But what do we have on
How
on
much?
tap
How
today?
much can we tell them? How much
We can tell them a little bit. We can tell them a little. Don't give away everything.
Okay.
But we can tell them a little bit.
Well, there was segment number one. There was some trade rumors going around. Bleacher Report's saying that I don't know if you've heard of that animal, the honey badger.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't he like a really good player, like Bama or something, or like
One
Auburn?
of those SEC schools.
Yeah, something like that.
One of those schools.
Oh, he was a Tiger. It's Auburn. It was Auburn.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. But Bleacher Report's listing him as a trade candidate for the Saints.
What?
Kind of a crazy take, but
a Saints trade candidate? We're gonna talk Saints trade candidate.
That's what Bleacher Report was saying.
Is there also some news or something to talk about? Because we do rumors, but we also do news.
There is some news actually.
Oh, really?
Out of OTAs.
Okay. Okay.
People always. It's that time of the year. People are changing their numbers. Not talking phone numbers here.
Oh, we're
not talking
jersey
phone numbers. Some could say it's a jersey.
Okay.
A jersey number.
Well, there's also stuff about Derek Carr that we're going to discuss, and Ryan Ramczyk too, right?
There's so much.
Something like that. And then, of course, mailbag third segment. No surprise there. But second segment is really where it's going to be.
Second segment I'm excited about.
That one's going to be fun, Lopez. Second segment today, we're going to get into a tier list. I'm not going to tell you what we're doing, but we're doing a tier list. So be sure to hang out with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got Isaiah saying the shirt is fire. Appreciate you, brother. Queen Courtney, Kool-Aid to number 4. Yes. Isaiah saying, yo, I just got my Chubby Saint shirt. It's fire. Okay, that's what you're saying. The Chubby shirt's fire. Yeah, dude. I love that shirt. I've worn it so many times already. A bunch of my friends have been like, wow, you really like that shirt, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I do.
You can say that. I'm a fan.
Sue me. I'm guilty as charged. It looks good. It's
I'm
pretty
a fan
crazy.
of the shirt.
Alrighty, we have 24 likes, so we are about to get this party rocking and rolling. We just needed 20, and you guys exceeded expectations as always. Really quick reminder, if you want to get on the program, use hashtag Saints Better Yet. Send in a super chat. If you do send in a super chat, we'll hang out with you. We'll celebrate it. We'll spend some more time on the question. We'll give you a little bit extra love. If it's something absolutely crazy, then shoot, maybe we do a beer bong or something. If you just want to get on the program, use hashtag Saints. You're willing to wait in line, that's A-okay. But if you do send in a super chat, you skip the line. It's like a fast pass at Disney World or Six Flags or whatever you do. But if you want to get in a question, use hashtag Saints and then also include the question. So, for example, hashtag Saints, would you start Tyler Shuck? That's kind of like what the idea is there. So, for what it's worth, we can only pull questions and comments that use hashtag Saints or super chat because the software does not recognize anything that doesn't have a super chat or a hashtag Saints. So, free, hashtag Saints. If you want to send in a donation, send in a tip, super chat, always greatly appreciated. Alrighty, we're going to start off here in just a moment. Yep, Jerry G. That's a good one right there. That's a good little take right there. Alrighty, we're going to start off with some Saints trade rumors and some news. Because I think it's important, not just to talk about the things that's happening on the black and gold, but also what's happening around the league and how things could potentially be shaken up in New Orleans. So we're going to talk about it in one moment. Let me get a quick sip of agua.
Get those pipes nice and
lathered.
Lubed up.
Lather them pipes, as they say. Yeah. Uncle Deuce, what's going on, man? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Jerry G showing love to everybody as well. Alrighty, we're going to start this content off hot and heavy. We're talking trade rumors and news. Who Dat Nation, I want you to just get in the comment section and type Who Dat down below. Lopez, whenever you're ready, my friend, we can get this party started. Do what? Oh, of course. Wait, also, I forgot to ask, is Fanatics in there?
Yes, I moved it over.
Is it?
Let me confirm. Tyrann Mathieu jerseys.
And then do we have the other Fanatic, like the longs, that's hoodie?
The hoodie, yes, sir.
Is that in there
yes.
as well?
Yeah.
Dog. Alrighty. So you guys get to see how the sausage is made. There it is. Alrighty, let's dive into it. Saints news, Saints rumors, coming at you here on Saints Now by Chat Sports. What's going on, Saints fans? Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. In today's program, we're going to be breaking down some Saints trade rumors and some news around the black and gold. So be sure to hang out with us. We're going to start off around the trade rumors, and then in the back half of the video, we're going to get into the latest news and updates. Now, really quickly, we're starting off with trade rumors, so I just want to ask a question. Is there any player you would trade away on the Saints roster? Just shout them out if there is a player. If not, just let me know and say, I'm not trading anybody, Trizzy. I like the guys we got on our roster. I want to hear from you in the comment section. Be the general manager. Put on your Mickey Loomis hat and let me know what you think. Alrighty, trade rumors. We're talking about Tyrann Mathieu, a player who's been very popular when it comes to the trade conversations. This is not any new information. This is not any new sort of buzz, but for what it's worth, Tyrann Mathieu once again is the focus of trade rumors around the New Orleans Saints because Bleacher Report listed one trade candidate for each team. 32 candidates, all 32 teams. Tyrann Mathieu was the player they listed for the Saints. And I just want it on record right now because I already know people are in the comment section saying, Trizzy, how could you want to trade Tyrann Mathieu? He's the GOAT. Why would you do that? You're so stupid. You don't know ball. Let me make it very explicitly clear. Let me say it very loud for the people in the back right here. We're going to say it together. I would not trade Tyrann Mathieu. Let me just make that very explicitly clear. I have zero interest, a big old goose egg, when it comes to trading away Tyrann Mathieu. I want him on the roster. I want him in the black and gold, and I think that his impact is far too important to just ship it away. Now, Bleacher Report did say that it's not difficult to imagine Mathieu generating some interest from playoff contenders at 33 years old. Mathieu isn't the force he once was, but he had a highly respectable passer rating against last year of 76.4. Mathieu has logged at least 3 interceptions in each of the past 6 seasons, and he can play both safety positions and in the slot. And there's no question about it. Tyrann Mathieu is a very special football player. He's a very talented football player. The Saints need to start looking toward the future, and that means getting what they can for stars of the past. And I can understand the argument there. I do think that there is something to say about older player, probably isn't going to be on a Super Bowl winning team right now in the New Orleans Saints. Probably could have a little bit of interest in terms of veteran or teams seeking a veteran or a player who knows how to play at a high level. And again, I just go back to I don't want to. I have no interest in doing it. And it takes two to tango. Teams can want a player all they want, but it doesn't mean that the Saints have to trade away those players. And I personally believe that Tyrann Mathieu's impact is far deeper than just on-field production. He is not only a leader within the community, he has truly embodied what it means to be a New Orleans Saints football player. I mean, he's Louisiana's son. This guy is a legend through and through, and he chose to come to the New Orleans Saints in free agency because he wanted to retire with the black and gold for his hometown team. This is far deeper than just, I want to go and chase a Super Bowl ring. This is about playing within the community, playing for the team, and honestly, it's about giving back to the city that has, and to the state that has given him so much opportunity through his time in high school and at LSU and early in his career. I mean, of course, it always hasn't been sunshine and rainbows for Tyrann Mathieu's career, but I think all in all, it's been very, very impressive, very, very good, and he truly is one of the best to ever suit up, not just in the black and gold, but in general as a safety in the National Football League. And look, I also think he does have gas left in the tank. I think he's a player who can still offer you something. And alongside Justin Reed, I absolutely love the idea of having him in the depth chart. And on top of that, when you also consider the fact that you drafted Jonas Sanker, you have JT Gray, and I'm not going to see him say I expect JT Gray to have high level of snaps at the safety position, but you do have Jonas Sanker, who you drafted. I also am still very high on Jordan Howden. I think he's a player that can be very exciting. Elliott Davison was a UDFA that the Saints drafted as well. And so I think at the end of the day, the New Orleans Saints depth chart does have the ability to not just lean on Tyrann Mathieu, but to give him a role to truly thrive and help usher in the young era of Saints football while also still paying homage and respects to the previous era. Now, get in the comments. Show some love to the Honey Badger. Type 32 down below. If you love Tyrann Mathieu, if you're a diehard fan of the Honey Badger, and if you think that this guy is a legend in the state of Louisiana, prove it in the comments section. and get down and show him some love. Now, Saints fans, coming up, we're going to talk about some news and some updates. I promised you we would talk about the latest around the black and gold, but really quickly, I got to tell you about some really, really cool gear, and it's the Tyrann Mathieu jerseys. We just talked about trading Tyrann Mathieu. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that he ends up finishing his career in the black and gold. So if you want to go and get a jersey for Tyrann Mathieu or any player in the black and gold, chatsports.com/Saints jerseys. The link is clickable in the comments and description of this video. We don't just have Tyrann Mathieu. You can go get Cam Jordan. You can even go get Michael Thomas. I mean, you got any player you want on the New Orleans Saints. It's pretty cool. Men's, women's, children's size. He's got the home, the away, the throwback, whatever you want. We got you covered. Chatsports.com/Saints jerseys. Be sure to go and get yours today. Alrighty. We're going to just kind of quick hits here. Derek Carr, he is officially retired. The New Orleans Saints added him to the transaction wire that he was, on the transaction wire, he was added to the retired/injured list. So Derek Carr, the era in New Orleans is officially done. But for what it's worth, I've already broken this down in full detail, talked about the finances, talked about the future of the quarterback position, yada, yada, yada. A lot of good stuff in that video. It's linked down below. This is the thumbnail. So if you scroll to the channel, this is the one you're going to be looking for if you want to learn about Derek Carr officially being retired, or you can always just look for the title linked down below. It's the Derek Carr era is officially over. The Saints fans finally get the news that they've been waiting for, so just go check that one out. Now, really quick updates. Also, at the time of filming this video, Wednesday, June 4th at 4 p.m. Central Time, no updates around Carr and Ramczyk being placed on the reserved and retired list. For what it's worth, I think that this is going to happen very, very soon. I don't know why it hasn't happened yet, but this is something that you should expect to happen. Most of the cap savings that the New Orleans Saints will receive from these two players retiring will occur in 2026. But at the end of the day, news nonetheless, so we're just going to keep you guys updated. Now, a few quick pieces of information as well. Jersey numbers have come in for some new players. Out with Derek Carr, in with Kool-Aid McKinstry, number 4. You didn't even get to let the ink dry. You didn't even get to let the guy get out of town. You didn't even let the guy turn in his helmet before you already had a number 4 already lined up in Kool-Aid McKinstry. For what it's worth, I think that this is absolutely awesome. It increases his aura levels like 1,000x. I mean, come on. Look how good that looks. That's fresh. The 4 in the black and gold, once again, has some swagger. It has aura, and I actually love Kool-Aid McKinstry wearing number 4. I think that it's a pretty good-looking number, and if you like the number change, let me know. If you don't, I want to hear from you because I personally think that Kool-Aid McKinstry wearing number 4 is awesome. I mean, you got Kool-Aid in 4, you got Alontae Taylor in 1. I think that's pretty nice, and, you know, get Quincy Riley in one of these single digits too. Woo! Could be a nice little trio right there. Alrighty, Donovan Peoples-Jones, he also updated his jersey number. He was originally 19 for the New Orleans Saints, but since Kool-Aid McKinstry took 4, 14 became open, and DPJ swept in and took the number. But that wasn't the only number that changed. We also have one more. Terrell Burgess, the rookie, or not the rookie, he was a free agency addition a handful of months ago. Lower-end roster guy, in my personal opinion, but the guy who's on the roster nonetheless. He was number 42. He took Donovan Peoples-Jones' old number at 24. And so there you go. A bunch of number shifts because Derek Carr has retired. Now, for what it's worth, Saints fans, I do think that the jersey numbers is a fun conversation to have. I think that we should try to, see if we could come up with some good jersey numbers. If you want to know, hold on. Great question for the audience, Lopez. What jersey number would I wear, and what jersey number would Loco Lopez wear? That's a good question. Lopez wants to wear 4. Lopez wants to wear 4. Okay. You can. That's true. You could have 4 and then Loco on the back. I actually do like that. Let us know. What jersey number would I wear? What jersey number would Loco Lopez wear? And Saints fans, I really do appreciate y'all for tuning into today's content. If you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe here to Saints Now by Chat Sports. That way you can join the Golden Gang. 100% free Saints content by fans, for fans. Be sure to set the noties to all, so that way not only are you part of the Golden Gang, you're also part of the Noti Gang. It's a pretty elite group to be a part of. Who Dat Nation, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all stay golden, and we'll see you next time. Alrighty, name a player you would trade away. I want to hear from you. Avery loves saying Trace wears 99. My number in football, I wore 75 one year, and then I wore 50 one year. And I think that, I wore 48 in lacrosse one year. Growing up, my number was 10. I always wore number 10 growing up because that's what my dad wore, so I always wanted to be like my dad. But I always grew up number 10.
What position did you play?
In what, football?
Yeah.
So I played center, I played tight end, I played defensive end. So I would kind of move to all three of them because our coach didn't really know what he was doing. Shout out Coach Garcia, but I don't know why I was playing center and tight end. It's kind of an interesting mix. For what it's worth, I tried out for receiver, and they were like, "Your hands are good, you're just too slow." And I was like, "Makes sense."
That checks out.
It's like, throw me in that line, throw me on the O line. And then there was a couple plays where they'd have me line up as a tight end, and I was like, "How dumb are these? How dumb do we think these coaches are? If we're sending the center out of the tight end position, it probably means something's gonna happen here, right?" Yeah, that's so. There you go.
They never pieced it together.
Yeah. Hey. Plano ISD middle school football. I'll tell you what. It's the elite of the elites. Isaiah saying Trizzy in 69. Courtney saying Trizzy in 0. I think that'd actually be kind of sick. Trizzy in 0 would be tough. Breeze and Taysom Hill numbers need to be retired. I agree on Drew Brees. Taysom Hill, I think you should consider retiring number 7, but that will be a tough one to pull off. That'll be a tough one to pull off.
I don't know. I think this next time the Saints get like an elite corner, 7 would kind of look nice.
That's kind of my thing. I'm like dude, if you
gonna
put Quincy Riley in 7,
7's gonna look good again.
It would be sick. Objectively, it would be so cool if you had your starting 3 DBs 0, 1, and 2, or 1, 2, and 3 or something. Mm-hmm. That would be so cool. That would be so sick. Alante Taylor's 1, Quincy Riley is 3, Kool-Aid McKinstry at 2. That'd be sick. Kool-Aid at 0? Come on. Kool-Aid McKinstry wearing 0 would be so much aura. No, I get it. I think 0 needs to be a lockdown defensive player. Whether it's linebacker, whether it's corner. I don't think a safety can do 0, to be honest. Maybe. Depends on who it is, but it would have to be like a Darrell Revis.
You have to be good to wear 0.
You'd have to be Darrell Revis.
You have to be good.
You'd have to be Darrell Revis or Jalen Ramsey in his prime, but I think that could be definitely teams.
When I think 0, I think a linebacker that I don't want to see across the middle.
Oh, for sure. I think of a linebacker that I am horrified to meet in between the hashes. No doubt about it. Alrighty, we have a fun piece of content coming up now. Lopez, let's get set up here because I'm excited for this one.
I am also excited.
Alrighty, Saints fans, what we're going to do here, we have 79 people watching, 33 likes. When we get to 35 likes, I just need 2 of you to hit the thumbs up icon. We're going to start a tier list. We're going to be ranking 26 players on the New Orleans Saints roster. Where are they going to be? We're going to rank them in between 5 different categories. Me and producer Lopez. Y'all are going to be a part of it as well. I want to get you guys involved. But all in all, I'm really excited. This will be the first tier list video we've ever done here on Saints Now. So if this is a popular video and people like it, then we'll do more of this type of content. So
just rank everything.
Yeah, we'll rank everything. We'll rank restaurants in New Orleans. We'll rank bars in New Orleans. We'll rank people in New Orleans. We'll rank New Orleans rappers. We can rank New Orleans I don't know. We could rank best moments in Saints history. We could rank.
Literally, give us anything, we can rank it.
Yeah.
That's basically what we're saying.
Yeah. Well, and for what it's worth, it's not power rankings. This is just like a tier list. So it's like these guys are S tier. These guys are A, B, but it's different levels. So there you go. This is going to be a fun one. I'm excited. For this one here. All righty. Let me lather those pipes.
Get the pipes good.
Yep. All righty. Let's get into it. New Orleans Saints roster tier list. Dude, I'm excited for this. We'll see what happens. For the first time ever, we're going to be doing a tier list here on Saints Now by Chat Sports. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring on producer Loco Lopez, and together we're going to go through and put the Saints roster on a tier list of 5 different categories. And for context, we're not going to be discussing any rookies in this video. It's too early to tell whether or not these guys are going to be franchise players. Jury's still out. I just don't think it's fair. And honestly, we would have just put all of the rookies in one column together. So I just figured it's easier. No rookies. We're not talking Tyler Shuck, Devin Neal, Kelvin Banks, none of these guys. So just in case you guys were curious where they are, they're not in this conversation. But we are talking about pretty much everybody else. Now, before we dive into this conversation, I want to ask you, Saints fans, who are your top 3 players on the Saints roster? In no particular order, who are the top 3 guys that wear the black and gold and play football for the New Orleans Saints. I want to hear from you in the comment section. Without further ado, let's get this tier list started. Loco Lopez, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. I'm excited about this.
I am too.
I want to see how this goes. I'm ready.
I am too. Feel free in the comments, by the way, if you disagree with us or if you think that what we're saying is wrong or you totally agree with us, feel free to sound off and let us know in the comment section or in the live chat of this video. Let's start off, Lopez. Pick a player, and we're going to rank them. Really quickly, though, can you read what each of the tiers are from top to bottom?
Okay. At the top of our list, we got cornerstone piece, meaning like best of the best on the roster. He is a franchise guy.
Yeah, guy you can build around for the cornerstone and for the future of your team.
Then we got valuable starter right under him. You know, not a cornerstone, but very important on a championship team. Everybody needs valuable starters.
Yep.
Then we got solid starter, so still starting, but, you know, not as important as the guys above you.
Yeah.
Then we got clock is ticking. It's like, okay, it's time you either figure it out or
Yeah.
you're gone.
Shit or get off the pot type thing.
And then last but not least, we got jury is out, meaning
no clue.
Yeah.
We don't know. It's too. We don't know. We still have to figure it out. Let's start off, Lopez. Pick a guy, and we're gonna get this thing rocking and rolling.
I'm thinking I want to start with Alontae Taylor.
Okay, let's start Alontae Taylor here. I'm personally gonna put Alontae Taylor in a cornerstone piece category. And my reasoning is because I believe Alontae Taylor truly is a very unique player. He's a very disruptive player. And honestly, the New Orleans Saints defense has been very successful when he's on the field. Of course, there are things he needs to improve on, but I think if you have a player that can be just an overall offensive or defensive weapon, I should say, I think that is extremely valuable, and that is a cornerstone piece that you can build around on the defensive side of the football.
I agree with what you're saying. I don't know if I'm putting him in cornerstone
That's
yet.
fair. No, that's totally fair.
I had him going in valuable starter for me.
We can put him in valuable starter.
For the reason that you said, now can he make that jump to cornerstone this season? I don't see why not,
that's
especially in Brandon Staley's offense or defense. How he started last season, and if Brandon Staley kind of unlocked that for a full 17 games or 18,
17 game season, 18 weeks. Yeah, no, I got
still
you.
Adjusting.
I agree with you. Let's put him in the valuable starters selection.
Okay.
Again, if you guys disagree, let us know. All right.
Yeah, we're live.
Who's next here? Yeah, we're live right now here on Saints Now while we're filming this. So let us know.
I saw a couple people in the chat say Justin Reed.
Let's do Justin Reed.
Let's do
Justin Reed then. I'm gonna put Justin Reed in the valuable starter conversation with the idea that I could be convinced to put him in the cornerstone spot as well.
I think he's a little old to call cornerstone anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's going to be good with the Saints. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
I'm excited to see what he brings.
Sure.
I think he's going to bring great veteran presence to that secondary, which does lead me more to that valuable starter. But I don't think I will build around Justin Reed long term.
So he is 28 years old, drafted in 2018. So definitely tread on the tires, but not nearly
Not
like
as old as I thought.
No, not quite at 30 yet. Let's go ahead and put him in valuable starters. I think that's fair because we haven't seen him play yet. For what it's worth, I think that he is going to prove himself to be a cornerstone piece of this defense, at least in my opinion. I hope so. All right, let's get to another one here. Let's pick the next one.
Okay, I think let's get the easiest one out of the way.
Okay.
There's one cornerstone guy I think we both agree on.
You want to just say it on three?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Alvin Kamara.
Oh.
That too.
I agree with it. I agree with it.
That too. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Chris Olave. Yeah, put him in. That's an easy one. That's an easy one.
I thought that's where we were going.
Yeah, that's an easy one. I was like, because I saw Alvin Kamara first on the order.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I think that I mean, honestly, we can just go ahead and put Alvin Kamara in cornerstone piece.
Throw him up there.
Sure, I don't care that he's on the wrong side of 30. He's playing great football. He's playing some of the best football of his career. I think that he's going to be just
for
fine.
1K this year.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Oh, could not agree more.
Doesn't matter.
Could not agree more.
He's going for 1K.
All right, next one.
Next
We're going offense or defense here? Let's see. Let's go Brian Brzee here. Let's just go
Brian
Brian Brzee.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm going to put Brian Brzee in valuable starter. I want him to be a cornerstone piece, but I think if he's going to be a cornerstone piece, he needs to improve the run-stopping portion of his game, and I think that he needs to prove that he can be an every-down defensive tackle. I think he's like on the cusp of that, but I want to see him just take that extra step, if you will.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think this is a big year for Brian Brzee. It's like, okay, not completely like if this is your final time or final opportunity, but I think this is going to be a year where we are expecting some big growth out of him.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. And I think he can become that cornerstone piece. And for what it's worth, I think the defensive line, if you can get the interior and the edge rusher, you have a perennial defensive tackle or a perennial edge rusher. You got to have some guy on the defensive line be the guy. Mm-hmm. And if you can have either him or Chase Young be the guy, that would be awesome. It's just a matter of which one of these two players is going to do that. So let's go Bryan Bresee, valuable starters. And since we just talked about Chase Young, where do you want to put Chase Young? I feel like he hasn't proved to be a cornerstone piece yet.
No, I can't put him in cornerstone. I'm between valuable and solid.
Yeah.
Honestly, right now, I might have Chase Young over Bryan Bresee on the roster.
Chat, what do y'all think? Bryan Bresee or Chase Young? Who do you have higher on the roster? I don't know what to do with this. Because I'm trying to think. I'm like, do I put in the solid starter? Do I put one of them in the, valuable? Like, I'm kind of, I don't know here. Avery saying Bresee is higher. Jathan saying Chase Young. Quinn Courtney saying Bryan Bresee. Isaiah saying Chase hasn't proven anything yet. I think that's fair. He hasn't had a 10-plus sack season yet. So I think let's put Chase Young at solid starter.
Okay.
With the idea that he has more to prove
He's
here.
Like right on that cusp.
It's like, right there. Yeah, if you could put them between on the line, that's where you would put them. But are we going to get flamed for putting him as a solid starter?
It's possible. We're going to get flamed for something.
Yeah, we're going to get flamed either way. Who cares? I'll take it. We're going to get flamed either way. All right, let's keep this thing rolling. You want to just go special teams? I see Blake Grupe on there.
Yeah, we can.
Let's go solid starter. He's nothing super special. He's got a decent leg. Accuracy's all right. Has not been clutch in some moments, but has had some moments where he's been really, really impressive. So
I don't think he's going to be one of those kickers where I don't think he's going to be here in 5 years. Nothing against Blake Grupe. That's just kind of how kickers work in the NFL.
Unless you're a pre-issues Justin Tucker or like an Adam Vinatieri or
I just don't see
Steven, was it Janikowski? Is that
Sebastian Janikowski?
Sebastian Janikowski, yeah. Like, did I say Steven Janikowski? What an idiot.
You're thinking Gostkowski.
Gostkowski, yeah. Whatever. Either way, point being, unless you're one of those like truly elite kickers, like it's hard to have a long career in the NFL. But Blake Grupe, I think, is solid. Let's keep it rolling. You get to pick the next guy.
I think it's time we talk Trevor Penning.
Okay.
I know where I am at on this.
I know where I'm putting him as well.
Okay, you want to say it on 3?
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Clock
Jury's
is
out.
ticking.
Oh, I have jury is out. I think clock is ticking is definitely a better.
I think
option.
This is make or break year. For Trevor Penning.
I agree with you. Put him in the clock is ticking section. Put him in the clock is ticking section. I see people in the chat asking about Taysom Hill. This is an easy one.
We're not putting him in cornerstone. We can't put him.
The hell we are. The hell we are. I don't care about the injury. I don't care. The hell we aren't. Put him in the suit. What? Guys, chat. Do we put Taysom Hill in the cornerstone piece? I think he is. Maybe I have black and gold tinted glasses.
But I can't put him in cornerstone.
Okay, is he a cornerstone player? Is Taysom Hill a cornerstone player? I kind of am on the camp of maybe. When he's healthy.
Like, I'm closer to maybe than hell.
And for what it's worth, I'm not saying he's a cornerstone piece that you build around now. He's a great player to have now, and honestly, he's a luxury. So for that reason, maybe he's a very valuable. Maybe it's like a most valuable starter. If we could have that as like a superlative here, I don't know. I think we keep him in the cornerstone.
Like, I won't argue with
just
you, but
for the culture, man.
But if there's one that I feel very highly on later, we're gonna have to take that.
We might have to fist fight over that one. You know what you won't have to fist fight is the best daily fantasy sports platform in the whole wide world, and that is none other than Prize Picks, guys. This year's basketball playoffs are headed towards crowning a first-time champ in more than 50 years. Don't miss your last chance to cash in on history with Prize Picks. Pick more or less on player stats like points, rebounds, assists, and more for your shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash today. Did you hear me? I said 2,000 times your cash. Just download Prize Picks today. Use code CLNS. You'll get $50 instantly when you play $5. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports. So combine your favorite basketball players with players from baseball, hockey, esports, and much, much more. You can sign up today. Like I said, get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's 100% guaranteed. And with all sorts of awesome promotions like Taco Tuesday and Flex Friday, Prize Picks is the best place to turn your ball knowledge into cold, hard cash. Lopez, do we have a picture of a really good deal that's going on with Prize Picks by chance? The Nelk Boys right now have a 25% boosted lineup, meaning winnings for this community play lineup will be boosted by 25%. You just take the more on Sean O'Malley's 72.5 significant strikes. Patchy Mix, less than 57.5 significant strikes. And Kayla Harrison, less than 21.25 fight time in minutes. So you can tag along with the Nelk Boys, or you can go and make some season-long projections for football. Basketball is in playoffs. Hockey is in the championship as well. So go get yourself started. PrizePicks.com/CLNS and turn your ball knowledge into cold, hard cash. Get $50 instantly when you use code use code CLNS. You'll get $50 instantly when you play $5. Reminder, code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. Run your game. All the information is clickable in the comments and description of this show. Back to the tier list here. Back to the tier list. All righty.
Okay.
Let's see.
What are we thinking now?
Should we just go alphabetical order here? Might be easy.
Or just work down the line?
Yeah, let's just work down the list.
Okay.
Bub Means, I believe, is next here. I'm going to go on Jury is Out. We've gotten only a handful of snaps from Bub Means. Really good game against the Buccaneers in his and he caught his first touchdown. We've only seen him catch 9 passes on 15 targets, 118 yards. So I'm going to say Jury's Out.
Okay, since obviously we don't have much to go off of here.
Yeah.
We'll put him in Jury's Out, but where do you think he could finish at the end of the 2025 year?
Solid starter.
Okay.
I think the upside is solid starter with the potential of like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing in the world, is he's a valuable starter. You know, I think that he has a lot to prove. I don't want to make his expectations unfair, but I do think that he's a player that could prove to be very, very good on this team, and hopefully he can be that. Cam Jordan is next. This is a conversation now.
My heart is telling me cornerstone, but I know for a fact we can't do that.
This is a conversation now, because at one point in time, Cam Jordan, one of the best defensive ends in the National Football League.
Was the best. I won't even argue with the wall.
Yeah, was the best. Now that's not the case. Let's put him at valuable starter.
He still brings a
I think he is or clock is ticking.
That's just age based.
Yeah, that's just age. I mean, I think it's fair to put him there because clock is ticking. He doesn't have much time left in his career.
I'm not against it.
I think we could put him there.
It hurts to put him there knowing that like he's next to Trevor Penning and they're just there for two completely different
exactly.
reasons.
But that's the thing, is they're there for two completely different reasons. If the people watching this, they look at the screenshot at the end of it and they're like, why the hell is Cam Jordan on the same level as Trevor Penning? Two different reasons.
Yeah, you're getting cooked on Twitter later.
Yeah, I know for a fact I am.
You're screwed.
Alrighty, who's next? Is that Carl Granderson? Okay.
I'm all for solid starter on Carl Granderson.
Yeah. I like solid starter. I think that's a very fair spot. For what it's worth, Carl Granderson has had some good production in his career. Just needs to put it all together and do it for a whole season. Who's next? Cesar Ruiz?
Yep.
I'm going solid starter. And honestly, if I could put him like between clock is ticking and solid starter, that's where I'd put him. Because he has moments where he's really great, Lopez. But he also has moments where it's like, dude, what is going on here?
No, I definitely agree.
I think solid starter's fair. All right, who's next? Is that
Demario Davis?
Demario Davis. Okay.
If we're going off of age, is he also next to Cam
I think
Jordan?
it is.
I
think so. I think that's fair.
Like, I think he still has a little bit more in the tank.
That's why I almost want to say solid starter. Like, I think he has more in the tank than Cam does. But hold on. I'm having a brain fart. Where are they at in age-wise? How do they compare?
I think
35.
Demario Davis is 33. I saw that earlier, I believe.
Demario Davis, oh my God, is 36.
Oh.
Cam Jordan's 35.
Damn.
So if we're putting Cam and clock is ticking, we have to put Demario Davis, right?
Yeah, sorry, Demario.
Right? Like, For what it's worth, I would put him in, if he wasn't older, I would have put him in solid or valuable starter. But
you know what though? You look great for 36.
Dude, for 36, this guy looks insane. I also see this is hard because cornerstone pieces, I'm talking about players right now that you can still build around the roster. Taysom Hill is the exception. Should we move Taysom Hill down to clock is ticking? I feel like we kind of have to.
I feel like we can't put him in clock is ticking. Because we've seen drop off
I think we can count on two hands the amount of games we'll see Taysom Hill play left in his career. I think he will play 10 or less games throughout the rest of his career.
That's a hot take.
It is a hot take. I just don't see him coming back after this year. If he gets even slightly banged up again, he's what, 35?
That's true.
And dude, this is tough. Where do we put Taysom Hill? Demario Davis does more. This is so tough, dude.
I agree with what Queen Courtney is saying. Demario Davis definitely does have more in the tank than Cam. Mm-hmm. When you see them on the field,
for sure.
You definitely are like, okay, Cam Jordan looks older.
He lost his step, whereas Demario definitely hasn't. Some of that could be the position they play too.
Yeah.
I say we just keep it how it is right now.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Let's not
do we move Demario though? I want it on record that I'm not happy that we're putting Demario Davis and Cam Jordan in the clock is ticking category. I want that to be very known here. But we're going to keep this moving. Eric McCoy, I'm going cornerstone.
Has to.
Cornerstone. He's the anchor. He's one of the best centers in the league. I'm putting him as a cornerstone piece.
You saw what happened. You saw how they were when he
was on the field. They were scoring 40 points a game. When he wasn't,
we sucked.
Yeah, we didn't win very many games.
We were bad.
It was a disaster. All right, Foster Moreau. I'm really trying to not let my love for the human being and for and who Foster is and his story take over here. I'm gonna say somewhere between solid starter and clock is ticking.
Here's how I look at it. Wherever we put Juwan Johnson, he's gonna have to be below that.
I'm gonna say Foster Moreau, clock is ticking, and I'm gonna say Juwan Johnson, solid starter. Or do we put them both at solid starter? Or not both at clock is ticking. Solid starter.
I'm kind of excited for Juwan Johnson.
Solid starter. I'm with you.
Kind of excited.
Why overthink this? Why reinvent the wheel? Let's just make this happen. All right. Isaiah Foskey, jury's out. We have seen nothing from him.
Yeah. I think next two, honestly, with Kendra Miller.
And for what it's worth, clock is ticking. If I could lower it under, jury is out of this is last chance for you. I'm going Isaiah Foskey, Kendra Miller for sure in that category.
I'm just putting them next to each other.
I mean, Kendra, for what it's worth, has been super exciting when he's been on the field. He just hasn't been on the freaking field.
The practice clips?
The practice clips look awesome. The highlights of him last year, the highlights of him in his rookie year, they're sick when he's on the field, but he's never on the field. The best ability is availability. So when he gets on the field, we'll move him up on this list. But next, is that Colin Saunders?
Yeah.
I believe. Okay.
I think we have to do clock is ticking. There's a chance he's not on this roster come week 1.
I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. I think that his replacement was drafted in Vernon Broughton. I also think that you traded for Devon Godshaw, which is pretty much replacing what Colin Saunders was doing. So I don't think he's definitely getting cut, but I do think that he's a player to watch out for potentially getting cut. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get into a few more here in really quick, but I want to ask you a question, Saints fans. Lopez, you can stay on camera for this.
Oh, I can.
You can stay on camera for this. I want to ask y'all really quickly to get in the comment section, share your thoughts. Do you bleed black and gold? Oh. Lopez! Everyone type F Lopez. Do you bleed black and gold?
Clicked on the wrong one.
You're all good. If you bleed black and gold, I want you to hit the sub button and subscribe to Saints Now by Chat Sports. This is the first time we're ever doing a tier list video like this. We're having a lot of fun, I would say. And honestly, this is a weird part of this year where there's not a lot of crazy news coming in. There's not a lot of big updates, but we're going to get creative with the content. We're still going to post daily videos multiple times a day when possible, but also understanding that there's just not a lot to discuss. So if you are a diehard Saints fan, if you bleed black and gold, this is the place for you to subscribe to get daily content by Saints fans for Saints fans. 100% free. Hit the sub button and support the show and help us reach the big milestone of 50,000 subs. Alrighty, we have 1, 2, 3, 6 players. Alrighty. Who's first?
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Kool-Aid McKinstry. I'm going Damn it, man. I wish he had a little bit better of a season because I'd put valuable.
I think he can work into valuable.
I think he can work into valuable.
I
I think we put him in valuable because I think we're banking on the upside there.
Okay.
Are you cool with that? Or would you put him at the solid starter?
I'd say if we're banking on because we kind of did that with Demario Davis and Cam Jordan. We're projecting this upcoming season.
Sure.
So if we think Kool-Aid McKinstry can be a valuable starter this upcoming season, we can put him in this year.
A bunch of people in the chat are saying solid. It's kind of a coin flip.
Isaiah, you're not helping. You said solid, and then one message later, more valuable.
Jerry's saying he's going to stick with solid. He can work up to valuable this season. I think we go solid because it could have been great. I just needed like a little bit more from him. I needed a little bit more. I think for what it's worth, I think it was like as close to valuable as you can get without being in that list. I'm so between these two guys.
I think he's been the closest that we've had that's like really on that cusp.
Yeah, for sure.
Him and Chase Young, actually.
Yeah, I would honestly argue more than Kool-Aid McKinstry because Chase Young, like, we've had multiple years that he hasn't done it, but we know the potential. Whereas Kool-Aid McKinstry, we've seen only 1 year, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad by any means. Is that Pete Werner?
Yep.
All right, Pete. I'm going to go solid. Maybe clock is ticking.
I can't say clock is ticking yet.
Yeah.
I think that would depend on kind of what Danny Stutzman does this year. If Danny Stutzman,
that's true,
kind of has a slower professional start.
That's true.
Completely understandable. It's a big transition.
I get jiggy with that.
Football.
I can get jiggy with that. Alrighty, for what it's worth, Pete Werner was number 2 in the team in tackles last year behind Demario Davis. Demario had 136. Pete had 92. So we might need to move Demario Davis up. Are we moving Demario Davis? No, we're keeping him there. We're going to put Pete Werner at solid starter there. Alrighty, couple more. Rashid Shaheed. I know where I'm putting him. I am probably the only person putting him in this category, but
I think
more realistically solid.
I think I'm going to be right under. Oh, I thought you were going to say cornerstone. I was going
to say I think he's a cornerstone piece.
I was going to say valuable simply because of the need at receiver.
I think he's a cornerstone player, but I'm much higher on Rashid Shaheed than most people. So let's put him at.
I'll give you valuable.
Let's go valuable. Let's go valuable.
A vital.
Yeah,
he's vital in the position or in the receiver.
And he's the field stretcher. You got to have that guy. All right, I like him at valuable. All right, Spencer Rattler. Clock is ticking. You have a very short clock in a very short leash this year. If given the opportunity to start games, I think clock is ticking for sure on Spencer 100%.
Rattler. He also, if Tyler Shough wasn't drafted, probably wouldn't be clock is ticking just yet. But
no, I would say jury is out still. Yeah. I would say jury is still out. But since they drafted Tyler Shough, clock is ticking. It's a great point there, Lopez. Yeah. All right, Taliesin Fuaga. I'm going. You want to say it on 3?
I'm between 2 right now.
Okay, I know where I'm putting him.
Okay.
He was a right, for what it's remember, right tackle historically in college, moved to left tackle in his rookie year, and he's back on the right side. I can't.
I think we're going to say the same thing.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Jury's
cornerstone.
Out. Oh, I thought we were going jury's out because we haven't seen him.
I'm going cornerstone because
we haven't seen him in this new position.
Fair. We haven't seen him in his new position in the NFL, but he was so damn good when he moved positions last year. That makes me believe in him. I'm personally going cornerstone.
I'll agree with you.
I'm going because your tackles. If you have your bookend tackles, you're set up for success for the long term. That's my personal opinion. Yeah. Alrighty, last one. Tyrann Mathieu. I feel like it's the same thing. I feel like we got to go the same thing here. Clock is ticking.
I don't think clock is ticking for him yet.
You don't think so?
I think he's.
See, that's the conversation we got to go back to. Cam and Demario. Is their clock ticking more or less than, shout out to Prize Picks, more or less than Tyrann Mathieu? Yeah. This is tough.
Okay, Cam Jordan, 100% clock is ticking.
Clock is ticking there.
We're going off age. Yeah. Now it's just between Demario Davis and Tyrann Mathieu. I think both of them on the field, you're like, okay, they still got a little bit in them.
Yep.
Cam Jordan, I'm like, okay, if he announced tomorrow that he's retiring, I'd be like, okay, I can see that. I don't see that with Demario Davis and Tyrann Mathieu just yet. I think they have a year or 2 left.
Demario's 36, Cam's 35, Tyrann's 33. I'm willing to go solid starter for Tyrann.
I can agree with that.
I'm willing to go solid starter with the also maybe he's a clock is ticking. Depending on how you want to look at it, but I think this is good. I think I like where we're at.
How did we do? Comment below
Yeah,
how we did.
grade it. Grade the tier list. Would you change anything? Do you like it? I want to hear from you in the comment section. I think this is a good, solid group. So let's just kind of really quick recap this, Lopez. So we got in the cornerstone, looks like Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, Taysom Hill. I love how we have Taysom Hill in the cornerstone, but we have Tyrann Mathieu and everybody else.
I said my case. Taysom Hill, I love you. Big Taysom Hill guy.
We can move Taysom Hill
it's
down.
fine.
We can move because he's a luxury. Screw it. No ragrets. We're the Millers style. Scotty P from We're the Millers. No ragrets here. Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, Taysom Hill, Eric McCoy, Talese Fuanga as cornerstone. Valuable starters. You got Alontae Taylor, Justin Reed, Brian Brzee, Rashid Shaheed. Solid starters. Chase Young, Blake Groupie, Carl Granderson, Cesar Ruiz, Juwan Johnson, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Pete Werner, and Tyrann Mathieu in the clock is ticking category. Trevor Penning, Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, Foster Morrow, Colin Saunders, and Spencer Rattler. And in the jury is out, you got Bub Means, Isaiah Foskey, and Kendre Miller. I think that this is a pretty solid tier list. If there's another tier list you want us to do around the New Orleans Saints, the city of New Orleans, or anything like that, let us know in the comment section. I had a lot of fun filming this, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching it as well. And Who Dat Nation, I really do appreciate y'all for tuning in. A little bit longer of a video, but nonetheless, it was still a blast to do it. Y'all stay golden. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Booyah. Coolio. It's St. John Butler. I know. It was. See, here's the thing. It's not that I think jury's out on him. It's just that he's old. I didn't like that. I didn't like putting him there. I hated that so much. Because I think he's one of the best linebackers in the league still. But again, I'm trying to not be like overly. Oh, you're a Saints fan.
We still put Taysom Hill in cornerstone. I want it to be known.
We did put Taysom Hill in cornerstone.
When this goes on Twitter,
that tier list is actually terrible. I'm gonna be honest.
When this goes on Twitter later,
that tier list is terrible. I can't.
We're fucked.
We're
fucked.
Did y'all think the tier list was good? What y'all think? What y'all think?
I can put it back up for you.
Yeah, put it back up. What did y'all think? Jathan saying he's old, but he moves like there's no tomorrow. Dude, I'm thinking about moving him up again. All right, we'll refilm the whole video.
Yeah.
We'll redo the whole thing.
Starting from the top.
Oh, God. I don't like it. I don't like it. That was tough. See, this is hard to do. For what it's worth, this is hard to do. Like, I thought this would be a lot easier. I was like, oh, we're going to have a lot in the solid starter, which I was right there. Did not think it would be as hard to pick between, like, clock is ticking and stuff, though. That was tough. It was tough to do. If you think that this was easy and you think we're idiots, then try it yourself.
Do it yourself.
Yeah, try it yourself.
Send us your list.
Exactly.
And then we'll go over it on the show, and then we'll bully y'all.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Avery Love says, average team by how many people in the middle two rows? Yes, this team. Honestly, average is a compliment.
Average is pretty good.
It's pretty Thank you. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
8 or 9 wins. Oh. Avery.
I don't want that. I don't want
You're
that.
You're too kind.
I don't want 8 or 9 wins.
No, actually, I'd rather have.
Please.
I'd rather have 2 wins than 8.
Yeah, please tank.
I'd rather have 2 wins than 8. Give me 2 wins over 8. What tier list do you want us to make next? What do you think? Should we do like best food in New Orleans? Should we do like best pizza topping? Should we do like what do you want to do? Yeah, I know. Dat Boy L says y'all did good, but Demario is too low. I know, man. I mean, we probably spent 5 minutes on Demario Davis alone. That was fun. That was fun.
I think we're still going to contemplate Demario Davis after this live.
Dude, I can't wait for
this
somebody to use
hashtag. This is going to be a week-long thing.
I can't wait for somebody to use hashtag Saints in the mailbag, and we're like, oh, okay, let's talk about it again.
Let's throw it back up.
Let's go.
Let's re-rank everybody.
Yep.
Speaking of hashtag Saints, though.
Oh, yes. Speaking of hashtag Saints. Make sure you get your hashtag Saints questions in. We are about to get into a mailbag. Yep, a mailbag. We're going to be breaking down questions and hot takes and comments and everything from the Who Dat Nation. So I highly encourage you to get your questions in. If you don't use hashtag Saints, then we can't get you on the program. If you use A super chat function. You skip the line and we'll spend a little bit extra time on your question. We need all-time best Saints players. Okay, that could be a fun one. That could be a fun one.
Okay, but if we do that, we cannot put everybody in the top tier. We have to be harsh.
Sorry, Randy just texted me.
Is he watching?
He was watching. So he said,
yeah.
sorry, I had to leave the show to call for about some updates. They said I was good, and I'm going through everything, blah, blah, blah. He's getting a new phone next week, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Anything you guys have changed regarding... No. In meantime, I'm going to another way. So please check your text or voicemail for what I'm going to do for you. My 90... okay.
Send Randy our tier list. Get his opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, let me reply to Randy here real quick.
I'm going through y'all's questions right now. Don't forget to get them in. I'm filtering them out in my head right now.
Yeah, let's get hashtag Saints. Get your questions in, comments, hot takes, anything like that. Trade ideas, players you want to sign, anything. Go away, Siri.
Do you not like Siri?
Well, Siri always decides to start listening and butting in when I don't need her to listen and button in on stuff.
Why do you have the dude Siri, by the way?
Because I have too many women in my life telling me what to do.
It's a good answer.
It's a great answer.
It's a good one.
It's a great answer.
That was a good one.
It's a great answer.
You
Why do you have male Siri? Because I have too many women in my life telling me what to do.
You were prepped.
I did this for what it's worth. I did this back in high school when I was dating this crazy chick because I had her and my mom always bitching at me, telling me what I needed to do and what I couldn't do and stuff. So I was like, well, if I'm using the maps on my phone and I have Siri giving me directions, I'm sure as hell not making it a girl because I already have two women in my life telling me what to do. I definitely don't need a third one. So I made it the Australian guy, and then Australian Siri was sick. Australian male Siri is dope. He's a cool guy. I got tired of that, so I just went to classic, white picket fence, golden retriever,
Classic
Siri,
American
just classic
Siri.
American Siri. Talking hot dogs on the 4th of July type Siri,
I respect that.
Alrighty, no love, Matt. Thank you for the donation, my friend.
Getting the link right now.
We're getting that prepared in just a second. Takes a moment for the software to update and stuff. So just give us a second. No love, Matt. But I see ya. I think Bub Means will end the season with more yards than Brandon Cooks. That is a bold take. I love it. Well, and I think that it's not too outlandish because I think that Bub Means will have will have more of a role than Brandon Cooks. I think Brandon Cooks is an excellent player that can be the field stretcher when Rashid Shaheed's not on the field. Or he can be like a speed threat when Chris Olave is not there. So he can fill in that role, but also be the veteran leader and teach things to Rashid Shaheed and to Chris Olave and stuff. I do think that Bub Means will get a lot more action than people are kind of anticipating now. I think he's going to be a big factor in the Saints offense, but definitely don't think that that's actually too crazy of a take. I've never really thought about it, but I don't disagree there, No Love Matt. Good stuff, man. Way to show off your ball knowledge. Wait, No Love Matt. No Love Matt, hold on. I can see your ball knowledge. Get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Lopez, do you get it? You got it? Isn't that a good one? All right, let's get into it. Mailbag coming up. Time to do it. Jaden, we got your questions in there. Don't you worry, my friend. We're going to start it off here.
And we're gonna
Lather the pipes again.
Start.
Coolio. Feel free to hop in as well. Is whenever you want and stuff. Quinn Courtney. Do we have Quinn Courtney's questions? Okay, cool. Yeah, Lopez just said Courtney had a great one, so we're definitely going to get that one early. All righty, let's get into it. Juan, use hashtag Saints and tell us about Devin Neal, and we'd love to talk about him here on the show. Without further ado, Saints fans have questions, and we got answers. Who Dat Nation, y'all have questions? We got answers. Welcome into Saints Now by Chat Sports. As a part of our live shows every single Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Time, we like to do a live Q&A where our subscribers ask questions to me and my producer, Loco Lopez. And before we dive into all of the questions and the hot takes that the Who Dat Nation is buzzing about, I got to give you an update on our Race to 50K Browns report. Kicking our tails, ladies and gentlemen. Almost 500 more subscribers, but the job is far from over. If we can get, 50, maybe even 100 subscribers on this video, we can easily close the gap. So hit the sub button for Saints videos by Saints fans for Saints fans, and you can also be a part of an excellent community and a really unique family here on YouTube and all over social media. No Love Matt is starting things off. I think that Bub Means will end the season with more yards than Brandon Cooks. What do you think? No, I actually think that this is a pretty good take here. I think that Bub Means will be a large factor in the New Orleans Saints offense, and I think that he isn't being talked about nearly enough, not just in terms of Saints fans, but the national media as a whole. Of course, lower-end player, fifth-round pick last year, only had a handful of targets, only 9 catches, 116, I believe, yards, and 1 touchdown. So not a lot that we saw from Bub Means, but what we did see was exciting, and he has been a big part of the OTA process. A lot of quarterbacks getting a lot of connections and chemistry with Bub Means in terms of Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shuck. I also think Brandon Cooks will be a little bit more of a role player. I think that he can be a nice veteran to teach some things to Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave, but more importantly, I think his role is going to be just the field stretcher, the speedster, the veteran or whatever when Rashid Shaheed or Chris Olave aren't on the field. But I do think that this is actually not too outrageous of a take. Quinn Courtney, besides quarterback, what positions are you most worried about? What for sure is Taysom's bat game? Do we know? Okay. Let's break this down in a couple parts. Lopez, what position are you the most worried about? I want to hear from you.
I know you're just kind of hyping up Bub Means, yeah. And I'm all in for it, but I'm a little bit skeptical of receivers still because in the offseason, in the draft, what was the one thing we said we needed? Big body receiver. Well, what's the one thing we haven't added yet? Big body receiver. So I think Olave, Shaheed, and Cooks, they're going to spread the field, but I need a guy still that's going to go up and get that 50-50 ball when needed.
Sure.
So I'm not scared about the receivers, but that is the big thing where I'm maybe we might have an issue here and there.
I'm going to pick a different position group. I 100% agree with you. I'm going to pick a different position group, though. I'm going to go with the cornerbacks. And it's a group that's young. It's very exciting. But I am a little bit worried about them. Alontae Taylor, I think, is a fine football player. I'm actually very high on Alontae Taylor. But Kool-Aid McKinstry is going into year 2. Quincy Riley is going into his rookie season. You have Isaac Yadam. You also have Rico Payton on the roster. Maybe you go and sign Asante Samuel later on if the medical's clear and whatnot. But to be totally honest, I think the cornerback room is something that we should be keeping our eyes on. Could cause a few problems for us, especially just with the lack of experience and the lack of, meaningful reps and stuff in that group. Alontae Taylor especially, he's bounced around all over the place, which has been nice. Gave him a lot of versatility, but it's just been all over the place. Dear God. The answer is no. The Saints should not trade for Kyle Pitts. And whoever this is, you must be a fiend for the swing. I just got to say that. In case you didn't know, Sydney Sweeney is selling bars of soap with her bathwater in it, and this guy clearly bought the entire stock of it. Should the Saints trade for Kyle Pitts? Absolutely not. If the Falcons want to trade you Kyle Pitts, they know something that we don't, and there's probably good reason they want to trade him away. He hasn't quite lived up to expectations of being a very highly drafted tight end out of Florida. I'm personally okay on it, despite I think tight end could be a need for us. I'm good. I don't want Kyle Pitts. What do you think, Lopez?
I'm not completely out on the idea.
Okay.
I know Kyle Pitts hasn't been great.
Okay.
He's an athletic freak.
Sure.
Can Kellen Moore figure something out with that?
True.
I think it could be
that's
fun
a good point.
At least.
No, I think that's a good point. My big thing is I just don't know how they'll pull it off. I have it just is a weird. There's something weird about interdivision trades. Just don't think it's really
Yeah, I don't know if the Falcons would be down to do it, but I know that was like the rumors going out around that they're looking for like a day 2 pick, so probably round 2, round 3. Is Kyle Pitts worth that?
Yeah.
Probably not, because he also should be coming up on a contract extension soon. Because what was he, 2021 draft?
Yeah.
So that should happen soon.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Also, let's go back to Quinn Courtney's question because we forgot to answer the Taysom Hill portion of it. But yeah, I'm good. I think it could definitely be interesting. Something about interdivision trades make me nervous. Just full transparency. Again, it gets me a little worried. All right, what for sure is Taysom Hill's back game do we know? For context, Taysom Hill tore his ACL and suffered a major knee injury against the Rams late in the season. Feels like the return on that, Lopez, what? Not 10 months at best?
I wouldn't expect
absolute
to see
best.
him soon. I wouldn't expect to see him until
expecting,
November, maybe.
I'm saying late October, more than likely November. There isn't an official return date on him. We don't have a day or a game that he should be back, but look at early November, maybe. I think that's best case scenario is late October, to be honest, but I think realistically early, mid-November is probably the best bet. Avery, sorry about missing that, Courtney, by the way. Avery, do we waste a late-round pick on Jalen Ramsey, or is the team not good enough for him? What do you think? I'm kind of I don't know, because for what it's worth, Jalen Ramsey is very familiar with Brandon Staley. Loved playing for and playing with Brandon Staley. I don't hate the idea of like a 6th or a 7th round pick, Lopez. What do you think?
He's not going to move the needle for the Saints this season.
Sure.
Like, if you're trading for Jalen Ramsey, that's a very short-term move. You're trying to make a Super Bowl run this year. Sure. And Jalen Ramsey's, or the Saints aren't going to be that with Jalen Ramsey. As much as I hate to say it.
No, that's totally fair. The other thing with Jalen Ramsey, I'll say this. If you didn't sign Justin Reed, I'm 100% in on this idea. Since you did sign Justin Reed, I am not necessarily foaming at the mouth of this. I think he could be a good player. Still think he has some juice. But kind of Lopez's point, I don't think that he's a player that would move the needle enough to go and really make a difference. And also on top of that, the Saints aren't a team that is a player away from competing for a Super Bowl like that. So I don't think it makes a lot of sense. But, 6th or 7th round pick, if you did it, I'm not going to sit here and be like upset about it for what it's worth. But, we'll have to see what happens. Dat Boy L, I see a super chat from you, but we want to ask this question. A super chatter, or not a super chatter, a guy in the mailbag asked, would we trade for Kyle Pitts? How interested are you in trading for Kyle Pitts? Yes or no? How interested are you? At all? Not even a little bit? Desperate for it? What do you guys think? I'm saying no. Lopez, what are you saying? Yes or no on this?
I'm not going to say I'm foaming at the mouth for a Kyle Pitts, but if an ESPN notification comes across my phone, it's the Saints traded for Kyle Pitts, and it's not okay, and it's not a crazy you traded a 1st and a 2nd. I'd give up a 4th or a 5th.
If you traded a 7th for him, I'll be happy. But other than that, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I'll pass on that. We did get a super chat coming in from Dat Boy L. We'll get to that here in just 1 second. Our software still updating as we speak, so just bear with us here in a moment. There we go. Software is updated. Does Alvin Kamara have another 1,000-yard rushing season with Kellen Moore's offense? Hit the Riz-face Trizzy. 2 things. One, Alvin Kamara's not had a 1,000-yard rushing season yet, so it would be his first. But yes, I do think he will get there. Secondly,
do we have the Rizzler in studio right now?
Dude. They call me the Rizzler. I'm the Panther dressed in black. If I give your girl the Riz face, there's no chance she's coming back. Isn't that what the kids say or something? That's bars, dude. The Rizzler, for what it's worth, if I get the Rizzler on the show, that'd be so sick.
We need him.
James Skrmetta, face of the franchise, calls me the Trizzler, which is awesome.
So you and the Rizzler are basically the same guys.
I've been told we look the same, so.
You've been told you look like a 9-year-old?
No, I've been told the 9-year-old looks like me. Not much better for what it's worth. Really not all that much better. Alrighty. Few more questions we got to get to, but first, have we done our Fanatics read? I don't think we've shouted out today's presenting sponsor.
Did we ever really go over this question?
Oh, yes, we did. Yeah.
All you said was
I said
Kamara.
yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I said yes. I think the answer is yes. What do you think?
I agree.
What do you think? Okay.
I agree. I think Kamara's got 1,000 in him.
I think he's got 1,000.
I think he's got 1,000.
Yeah, this is just getting off the rails here. This is bad news bears here. Yeah, I think that also. Not only will it be a 1,000-yard season, I think this could actually be one of the best seasons of Alvin Kamara's career. Maybe not in terms of the amount of carries he gets and stuff, but I think he'll be much more impactful or much more effective and have a better year. Also, the offensive line is better. The coaching staff offensively is better. Like, just across the board, it's a better situation for Alvin Kamara. So I also think he's going to be a crutch for this offense, considering Taysom Hill isn't going to be around anytime soon. So for Tyler Shuck, Spencer Rattler, they're going to lean on Alvin Kamara, and I think he's going to get to that 1,000-yard threshold that he has yet to do in his career. If you guys want to get yourself a sick sideline hoodie, you can also actually get this one, the one that I'm wearing right now. They're on sale, chatsports.com/Saints hoodie sale. They're on clearance. So once they're sold out, they're gone. You want this sick jacket? The players, the coaches, they have it. I have it. You want to get one too? Chatsports.com/Saints hoodie sale. Link is clickable in the comments and description of today's show. Let Brandon Cooks. Is Tyrann Mathieu more expendable with Justin Reed on the Saints? Yes, because I believe Tyrann Mathieu should not go anywhere, first of all. But I do think that he's more expendable than if the Saints did not bring in Justin Reed. Assuming they didn't bring in Justin Reed, they probably would have drafted somebody still. But you need a veteran. You need somebody who's been around the league and who's been there and done that. And considering Justin Reed does have really good tread on the tires, and he's only 28 years old. He can be a veteran presence who's had really good reps and quality offense or quality defenses. I do think that he is more expendable to answer your question, but for what it's worth, I do not think he is expendable. I don't think you'd get rid of him by any means. But because you have Justin Reed, yes, he is more expendable, but still wouldn't do anything with it. Jaden, what's going on, brother? Which Saints rookies are you most excited for in the 2025 season? Mine is Tyler Shuck. One I'm really excited for is Devin Neal. I'm very, very excited for Devin Neal. I don't want to. Tyler Shuck's an easy one, and I want to give you something different, Jaden, because that's what you're asking for. You want my tick. You want something different, and I don't want to say the same thing you're saying. So I'm going Devin Neal. He's a player that has been a proven 1,000-yard commodity. First player in Kansas Jayhawks history to have 1,000 rushing yards in 3 seasons, which is pretty cool. Very quality pass catcher as well. I think it's an underrated part of his game. He can be a bell cow back. He's a great leader. I think this is a guy who 100% is going to challenge Kendre Miller on the roster. And I also think Devin Neal is a guy that you should keep your eyes on. I think he was a massive draft steal in the 6th round for what it's worth. So I'm going to go with Devin Neal. What do you think, Lopez? Who's your rookie that you're excited? Oh, wait, shoot. I never mind. You go.
I'll take your guy because I think I know where you're going.
Yep.
Give me Danny Stutzman.
Yep. Danny Stutzman. That's my guy. My offensive one, Devin Neal. My defensive, Danny Stutzman. I'm excited. Honorable mention, Jonas Sanker. I think he could be fun. Saints fans, I really appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling with us in today's video. If you did not get your question answered, that's totally fine. I'm always chopping it up here on social media, so feel free to shoot me a DM. I would love to talk about Saints football with you. I'm not too big either to where I'm going to not respond and stuff, so if you shoot me a DM, ask Isaiah Tobar. I always respond. I love chopping it up. For what it's worth, we're going to get our Twitter Spaces up and running again very soon. So thank you for 5,000 followers. We're going to get these rolling. But hit your boy up on all 3 social media platforms for more Saints content in between these videos. Who Dat Nation, I appreciate y'all for giving your boy a follow. Thank you for watching today's video. And as always, y'all stay golden, and we'll see you next time. Booyah. Shabuya, shabuya, roll call. My name is Lopez. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Roll call. Shabuya, shabuya, roll call. His name's Isaiah. Yeah. He works at a car shop. Yeah. His name's Isaiah. Yeah, and he works at a car shop. Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
Bars, dude. This is... For what it's worth, Lil Wayne not coming to New Orleans. Me, I am on my tour, on my national tour. I'm coming to New Orleans.
I think YoungBoy's going to New Orleans soon.
Dude, it's insane that Lil Wayne is not coming to New Orleans in his tour for what, Carter 6, Carter 7, or whatever.
Doesn't that come out today or soon? I think
it might have been today. It might have been today.
Let's do a quick Google search.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep, June 6th. So what's that, tonight? Nope, Friday. So close.
Okay. Do we think that album's going to be a heater or no?
I really hope it is. There hasn't been an album in a while where I was like, oh, this isn't good.
I thought Carter 5 was pretty solid. I don't know, it had a bunch of heaters on it.
It was also 2018.
That's true. I was in college in 2018. I was a sophomore in 2018. Like, Mona Lisa was electric.
I still listen to Mona Lisa.
Me too.
Great song.
Uproar, also banger. Like, certified
Great club
banger.
song.
Certified banger. That
Great
one comes on
song.
at a party. That one comes on at the club. Holy shit, that's going to get people going. Carter 4, dude, in 2011, that's crazy. That album rocked. Carter 4 was awesome. That was a good one. Jerry G saying Lil Wayne is a sellout. No love, Matt. Lil Wayne disappointed the city. Feels like it's not the first time he's disappointed.
I have no problem with Lil Wayne, but I just wanted it to be known. He, for some reason, is a Packers fan.
Yeah, why?
Haven't connected those dots yet.
He explained it at one point.
Haven't connected those dots.
Wayne, a Packers fan. Due to his father's Super Bowl experience in New Orleans. His
So
father attended the game. What is XXXI? Is that 31?
31, yeah.
His father attended Super Bowl 31 in New Orleans. Upon returning home, he brought a large collection of Green Bay Packers Super Bowl memorabilia. Lil Wayne, being young at the time, was using these items, and this experience solidified his fandom of the Packers. So
that seems like he was like...
Sounds like a
old.
sellout.
No, he sounds kind of old at that point. Because Super Bowl 31. I was born... What was Super Bowl 31 year?
That was in 1997.
So when was Lil Wayne born?
Lil Wayne age in 1997, about 15 years old. Whoa!
He was
Yo! Lil Wayne, you fraud! Whoa! Hold the phone!
It's not like
This guy's over here trying to sell that he was a kid, and he got a bunch of free shit from the... Man, fuck all that noise! Lil Wayne, what? Wheezy F Baby, more like Wheezy the fucking fraud. Just kidding. I love Lil Wayne's music.
I love Lil Wayne.
I love Lil Wayne's music, but
not a great excuse.
Oh, he was a kid and his dad brought a bunch of shit home. Motherfucker, you were 15. You had your learner's permit. You weren't a kid. 14 or 15. You know what I was doing when I was 14 or 15? I wasn't a kid. I'll tell you that. I wasn't a kid. I don't know what I was doing. You know what I was doing? I was studying for my driver's test. I was taking parallel parking practices. That's what I was doing. I was learning how to parallel park. This guy over here is claiming that he was
becoming the biggest Packers fan.
No, dude. No chance. What a schmuck. What a absolute fraud, dude. That is ridiculous.
It hurts a little bit more now.
It kind of does. Knowing that not only is he just not a Saints fan, he's going to lie about it.
It's like, if you're not going to like him, like, just be straight up.
Yeah, just be like, you know what? I'm just not a Saints guy. They were terrible when I was a kid, and the Packers were always on TV. Just say that. Just say that. Don't be a liar. Just say that. Wheezy, if you're watching, I really appreciate it. First of all. Second of all, I can't wait to hear the lighter spark.
Should this be a short?
It could be.
Did we release this short on Friday? Carter 6 comes out, we dropped this short.
The Carter 6 just dropped. He's
Honestly,
a message to Lil Wayne.
Let me write this.
It could
let
be.
Me write these timestamps
for what it's worth, I'm a big fan of Lil Wayne. I love his music. I also want it on the record that I think it's horse shit that he isn't a Saints fan. I am not from New Orleans, so I'm not going to sit here and say you have to be from the city to root for a team. Like, that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and say that, but
this is getting released on Friday. Friday morning.
He was a fan because his father attended a game and brought home a bunch of stuff. You know who would fall in love with a team because of that? A 5-year-old. Not a 15-year-old. I get it. I guess why. I see why he didn't want to come to New Orleans during his tour. I get it because he clearly has a bone to pick. He's clearly still upset he didn't get picked for the Super Bowl halftime show. Whatever, man. Again, I'm a fan of Lil Wayne. I like his music. I mean, bangers. Like, the Carter album's all great. I love all of them.
I will be
And I will love number 6.
I will be tuned in.
I will love number 6. Don't get it twisted. I will be listening to the Carter 6 entirely through the minute it drops. And I really hope it's not a disappointment. I hope it's not, but we'll see. Alrighty. Who's winning ones, Lopez or Trace? What do you mean, that boy L? What do you mean ones? Like one-on-one?
Me.
Who's winning? Yeah, Lopez for sure. Lopez, I don't know if you guys can tell, he's an athletic phenomenon.
I'm 6'7".
He's 6'7", 250 of just pure muscle. It's actually impressive.
Freak.
It's impressive. This guy is built like Rob Gronkowski in his prime, and he doesn't work out, which is crazy.
Nope.
That's just like how it happens.
Never been
the
there.
genes are just that good.
They're khakis, actually.
Yeah, khakis. Yeah, exactly. My bad. Alrighty, Who Dat Nation. We're gonna hop on out of here.
Hold up. Before we go, I wanted to run an idea past you
Okay.
while I hear our Chiefs guy, Tyler Jones, going crazy in the studio next to us.
Okay.
I know they're running a Madden sim.
Okay.
I know we're not doing Madden sims, but what if we play Madden against
I could be
fans?
down. I could
think
be down
this
for
would be
that.
interesting.
I could be down for that. Let's come up with a game plan, and we can present it next live show. Let's come up with a game plan of like, all right, starting this date, we will have a Madden game where we will play against one of you, and we can come up with a plan. See like how the logistics. First of all, see if we can pull it off because I know we can. Just see if we have the ability to do it. Because I do know that they have to use the PlayStation, unfortunately, but I feel like we should be able to. I feel like it shouldn't be that much of a problem. I can ask Jeremy about it. Yeah. Would you guys be down to play Madden? Would you be down to play Madden / NCAA, but Madden more than likely? Would you be down? I watched the Madden simulation of our first game from Sonya. Madden 26 coming out in August. Yes, it is.
I think they just dropped the trailer today.
Yeah, they just dropped
the
the trailer today. Yeah, on PS1.
You don't want this work on PS1, Avery.
So I actually had the original Xbox, not the PS1. We did have a PS1 though when I was a kid. My dad had a PlayStation and then he got an Xbox because he just wanted an Xbox. I don't know. Okay, I see a bunch of people saying yeah. We can figure it out. We can see if that can work.
I think that would be more interesting than a Madden sim.
I 100%.
I think that would get people going.
I think that is a very good point. I think that's a good point. So we'll see what happens. In terms of the Madden sims, we'll see what happens. I'll talk to Jeremy Chugs, one of our executive producers here, see what the logistics look like, see if we can pull it off, and if we can, then sure, let's do it. I think it would be fun to do that during the off season. Also, when I have a favor to ask before we do get out of here. We're gonna be publishing that tier list on Friday or Saturday, one of the two. Whenever that gets posted, just get in the comments and just, I love this type of content. I hate this type of content. Like, I'm trying to do better giving y'all the kind of content y'all want, not just me sitting up here talking with a bunch of graphics and asking questions. Like, I want us to be able to have more interactive, more fun type stuff. And so we did a tier rankings of the Saints roster, and it was a lot of fun. I had a great time doing this, and if you guys want us to do more of this type of content, just get in the comments. That's all I ask, and say, I want more of this, or I don't like this, or like, you should try this out. Like, give us suggestions so that way we can continue to evolve the show and make it the best possible Saints content you could get. I mean, I feel like everyone's happy right there, right? Everyone wins if that's the case. So.
I would be more than down to do this again, but if y'all aren't liking it, I'm not going to do it.
For sure, yeah, we'd love to do it again, but if you guys don't like it, then we won't. Quinn Courtney.
Happy early birthday.
Happy early birthday to you, girl. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Queen Courtney. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have a wonderful birthday, Courtney. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Courtney, by the way, Maddie and I are going up to Nantucket in mid-June, and then we're going to pop over to Boston. I'm not sure how Boston. I've never been to the Northeast, so this will be a first for me. I don't know the geography. I don't know how far Maryland or where you're at in Maryland is from where I'll be. So if we can make it work, we'd love to see you out there. But, of course, I understand may or may not happen. Saints fans, We really appreciate. Do a live tier list using polls from commenter to pick. That's a good idea.
Could be an interesting one.
That's a good idea. Jerry, it's your cousin from Boston. It's from what is that, a Sam Adams lager? Is that what it is?
No, I thought it was insurance. Am I wrong?
Is it an insurance?
Jerry G, what commercial was that from? Help us out.
I'm looking it up. Sam Adams!
Damn.
Ball knower. Ball knower over here. Alrighty, Who Dat Nation, we're going to sign off. It's been real. It's been fun. Most importantly, it's been real fun. For me, for my guy, Loco Lopez, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget. Never mind, we're sticking around. I lied.
We're here.
We're sticking around.
What y'all want to talk about?
Dat Boy L, Davis is too low. Happy birthday, Queen Courtney. Gotta go. Bye-bye. From Dat Boy L.
Once he loads in.
Once it loads in. Dat Boy L. Dat Boy L. Dat Boy L. Dat Boy L. Let's see. By the way, tomorrow, media will be at OTAs. So we'll have updates tomorrow.
Do you think the Giants cut Jameis Winston and we sign him back? I wouldn't mind Jameis
Rashid.
Winston back.
So Tyler Shuck to Rashid Shaheed just dropped. Oh my God! Oh my God! We might win a Super Bowl. We might win the Super Bowl. Lopez.
I think I know what tomorrow's video is going to be about.
Oh my God. He's so good. Rashid Shaheed's looking like a dog, dude. He also looks a little bit bigger. Looks a little bit.
Some muscle on him?
Yeah, it looks like he's got a little bit more muscle. Not like a ton more, but definitely more. Shuck. I mean, he's surveying. Dude, that is greatness.
Get ready to shuck it when the season comes around.
Well, the Saints media, they tweeted, "Shuck it, Shaheed down there somewhere." So I quote
Great
tweeted,
media team.
Yeah, great, elite. Way to go, admin. Cheers to you. I quote tweeted and I said, "He's a crazy mother shucker."
I think we should get a list of them together. And
Get shucked up. Mother shuckers, go shuck yourself.
There you go.
That's shucking ridiculous. I'm shucked up. I think that's it. I'm running out of puns. Running out of puns.
I was trying to.
Alrighty, Who Dat Nation. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. For real this time, unless of course we get another super chat. We're hopping on out of here. Do not forget to subscribe if you bleed black and gold. We got plenty of content coming your way through the rest of the week. And also, shout out to Mitchell Renz. He's getting married on Friday, so that'll be fun. Who Dat Nation? It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Y'all have a shucking great weekend.